The age of petrol is ending. For over a century, fossil fuels have powered our vehicles, shaped our cities, and defined how we move. But today, a silent revolution is underway, one that replaces smoke with silence, exhaust with efficiency, and fuel pumps with charging ports. And at the heart of this revolution is not the sports car, not the luxury sedan, not even the sleek electric SUV, but the humble rickshaw, once dismissed as a relic of the past. This three-wheeled icon is being reborn. Its transformation is more than mechanical. It is cultural, economic, and environmental. What was once a basic utility vehicle has now become a symbol of clean mobility, urban innovation, and resilience. This is the story of how the rickshaw, long powered by petrol and perseverance, entered the age of intelligence. A story of how smart rickshaws are rewriting the rules of city transport. For decades, the streets of South Asia, Africa, and parts of Southeast Asia echoed with a distinctive sound, the rhythmic tuk-tuk of small petrol engines. They carried millions every day, students to school, workers to factories, goods to markets. They were inexpensive to buy, simple to maintain, and could navigate the tightest corners of crowded streets. But progress has its price. Rising fuel costs strained drivers' earnings. Thick clouds of exhaust hung over intersections, choking the air. Noise became part of the urban soundtrack, constant, unavoidable. By the late 2010s, the environmental toll was impossible to ignore. In many cities, transportation contributed to more than 70% of air pollution, and the rickshaw, once a hero of mobility, had become part of the problem. The turning point came quietly. Small workshops and inventive engineers began experimenting with battery-powered versions. At first, they were crude, little more than a motor, a battery pack, and the same old chassis. But they proved something important. A rickshaw didn't need petrol to move. From there, the evolution accelerated. Larger manufacturers took notice. Governments introduced incentives. Charging infrastructure began to appear in city centers and along major routes. What began as a niche alternative started to look like a mainstream solution. The first wave of electric rickshaws addressed the basics: lower operating costs, zero tailpipe emissions, and reduced noise. For drivers, this meant more money in their pockets. For passengers, it meant cleaner air and a quieter ride. But the real breakthrough came with the integration of smart technology. Modern smart rickshaws are not just electric. They are connected, equipped with GPS navigation, route optimization algorithms, battery management systems, and digital payment options. They merge the utility of a traditional rickshaw with the intelligence of a modern ride-hailing service. Many feature regenerative braking to extend range, real-time diagnostic systems to predict maintenance needs, and even climate control for passenger comfort. Some models integrate directly with mobile apps, allowing customers to summon a rickshaw, the same way they would hail a car on a ride-sharing platform. Others come with solar-assisted charging, reducing dependence on the grid and extending operational hours in darker. A pilot program equipped smart rickshaws with air quality sensors, turning them into moving data collectors for environmental research. In Nairobi, smart rickshaws with swappable battery packs are reducing downtime for drivers, allowing them to work continuously without long charging breaks. And in Delhi, rickshaw fleets are being integrated into metro transport networks, solving the last mile problem with precision and efficiency. The impact is not limited to technology. Economically, the shift to electric smart rickshaws is reshaping livelihoods. Lower fuel and maintenance costs mean higher earnings for drivers. The new industry creates jobs in manufacturing, battery recycling, and charging infrastructure. For passengers, fares often remain affordable, a critical factor. In cities where millions rely on rickshaws daily, yet challenges remain. Charging networks must grow faster. Battery costs must continue to fall. Regulations must adapt to new realities. But the momentum is undeniable. The smart rickshaw is no longer an experiment, it is a movement, and the implications go far beyond transport. Cleaner streets mean healthier citizens. Reduced noise pollution changes the atmosphere of entire neighborhoods. The decentralization of charging from major stations to small kiosks and even household outlets gives cities resilience against fuel crises. The transformation of the rickshaw is a reminder of something profound. Revolutions do not always arrive with grand fanfare. Sometimes they arrive quietly in the form of a familiar shape, carrying the same number of passengers, but powered by something entirely new. Today, in cities across Asia and Africa, you can stand on a street corner and watch it happen. A petrol rickshaw sputters past, trailing fumes. Then, almost silently, a smart rickshaw glides by, its motor humming, its lights sharp and modern, its driver glancing occasionally at a dashboard display that shows battery range, traffic patterns, and next fare pickup. The future and the past crossing paths in the present. As cities adapt to this change, patterns in movement begin to shift. Where once rickshaw drivers congregated near petrol stations, now they align their schedules with charging cycles. In some neighborhoods, charging hubs double as small community centers, places where drivers exchange tips, passengers wait under shaded canopies, and local vendors sell refreshments while batteries replenish. The technology behind these vehicles is advancing at a pace that mirrors the evolution of the smartphone. Early electric rickshaws relied on lead-acid batteries, heavy, short-lived, and slow to charge. Today, lithium-ion packs dominate, offering higher energy density, faster charging, and longer lifespans. In emerging prototypes, solid-state batteries promise even greater efficiency, potentially allowing a full day's operation on a single charge, without significant wear. But smart rickshaws are more than just batteries and motors. Integrated telematics systems track vehicle health in real time, sending alerts to drivers before a breakdown occurs. Fleet operators can monitor dozens, even hundreds, of rickshaws from a single dashboard, optimizing routes based on traffic conditions, passenger demand, and battery levels. Artificial intelligence algorithms learn from past trips, predicting when and where fares will be most plentiful. Passenger experience has transformed as well. Instead of negotiating fares in noisy traffic, customers now pay through contactless methods, tapping a card, scanning a QR code, or using mobile wallets. Digital receipts provide transparency. Interior lighting adjusts automatically for comfort. Some models include USB charging ports for passengers' devices, and a few experimental fleets even offer Wi-Fi on board. From an environmental perspective, the benefits are immediate and measurable. In cities where smart rickshaws have gained significant market share, roadside air quality readings have improved within months. Noise levels in congested districts have dropped, restoring a sense of calm to areas once dominated by the roar of engines. For health authorities, these changes translate into reduced respiratory issues and improved overall public well-being. Globally, the trend is spreading. In Southeast Asia, particularly in the Philippines and Indonesia, electric tricycles modeled after the Smart Rickshaw are replacing gasoline versions in coastal towns, where air quality and noise are critical to tourism. In Africa, particularly in Uganda and Rwanda, governments are supporting the rollout of battery swapping stations, enabling drivers to replace depleted packs in minutes instead of hours. In Latin America, although rickshaws are less common, similar small electric taxis are being introduced in historic city centers where emissions and noise threaten heritage preservation. The lessons from South Asia's Smart Rickshaw boom are guiding these deployments, particularly the integration of digital systems to maximize efficiency. Yet, this revolution is not without its resistance. Some drivers, particularly those with older petrol rickshaws, are wary of the cost of transition. While operating expenses are lower, the initial investment in a smart rickshaw can be significant, even with subsidies. To address this, microfinance institutions and ride-hailing companies are offering lease-own models, where drivers pay for the vehicle in small increments from their daily earnings. The cultural shift is equally fascinating. For decades, the petrol rickshaw driver was seen as a fixture of the streets, part driver, part guide, sometimes negotiator, sometimes entertainer. With smart rickshaws, that role is evolving. Drivers now manage digital bookings, monitor app notifications, and navigate optimized routes. Their workspace has changed from a basic handlebar and speedometer to a multifunction display, blending maps, communications, and diagnostics. The smart rickshaw's design is evolving as well. Manufacturers are experimenting with aerodynamic shapes to extend range, lightweight composite materials to improve efficiency, and modular interiors to accommodate goods transport, school runs, or even medical supply delivery. In disaster relief scenarios, smart rickshaws with portable power systems can serve as mobile energy sources, charging phones, running medical equipment, or powering lights in affected areas. Some innovations are highly localized. In flood-prone cities, waterproofing measures and elevated battery compartments are becoming standard. In hot climates, solar panels on rickshaw roofs supplement battery power while shading the cabin. In cold regions, battery thermal management ensures consistent performance even in low temperatures. The momentum is fueled by a perfect storm of factors: advancing battery technology, falling component costs, urban air quality concerns, and the global push toward carbon neutrality. For many city planners, smart rickshaws offer a rare combination of environmental benefit, economic viability, and cultural compatibility. They fit into existing street patterns without requiring massive infrastructure overhauls. Perhaps the most telling sign of their staying power is the way they are being embraced by younger entrepreneurs. Startups are designing app-based services that exclusively use smart rickshaws, branding them as eco-friendly urban shuttles. Social media campaigns feature drivers sharing their increased earnings and improved working conditions. Passengers post videos of quiet, smooth rides, contrasting them with the rattling chaos of older petrol models. The shift is visible not just in technology or economics, but in the atmosphere of the streets themselves. Markets are quieter, intersections less suffocating, and neighborhoods more livable. Where the old rickshaw once symbolized the compromises of affordable mobility, noise, smoke, and unpredictability, the smart rickshaw now represents progress. Without exclusion, looking ahead, The smart rickshaw's role in the global transport ecosystem is set to expand in ways few could have predicted a decade ago. Urban planners increasingly see these vehicles not as temporary solutions, but as permanent fixtures in sustainable city designs. In many regions, they are being integrated into official public transit maps, with designated stops, charging bays, and digital scheduling systems. The scalability of smart rickshaws is one of their greatest strengths. Unlike large electric buses or rail systems, they can be deployed quickly, adapted to demand, and operated in areas where larger vehicles would struggle. This agility makes them ideal for bridging gaps in transit coverage, serving both the heart of bustling cities and the narrow streets of peripheral communities. Technological innovation will continue to shape their future. With the rise of autonomous driving systems, there is already research into semi-autonomous rickshaws for short-distance cargo delivery and nighttime operations. Artificial intelligence will further refine route optimization, predicting passenger flows with pinpoint accuracy based on factors like weather, local events, and historical travel data. Battery technology remains the critical frontier, and other next-generation chemistries mature. Charging times will shrink to minutes, and ranges will extend far beyond current limits. Paired with renewable energy integration, particularly rooftop solar at charging hubs, the carbon footprint of smart rickshaw operations could approach zero. Yet the technological promise is only part of the story. The broader impact lies in the social transformation they bring. For drivers, the shift to electric smart rickshaws means more predictable income, fewer health risks from exhaust fumes, and a professional upgrade in working conditions. For passengers, it means a safer, cleaner, and often faster travel experience. There is also an educational dimension. In some pilot projects, smart rickshaws serve as mobile classrooms for digital literacy, with interactive screens used to teach passengers basic app navigation, payment systems, or even language skills during their ride. In others, they double as micro-logistics hubs, delivering e-commerce parcels alongside passenger transport. The cultural significance cannot be overlooked. The rickshaw has always been more than a vehicle. It is an emblem of everyday life in many cities. Its transformation into a smart, connected machine preserves that cultural icon while aligning it with the aspirations of a modern, sustainable society. This blend of heritage and innovation is rare in transport history. Globally, policymakers are watching closely. In regions without rickshaw traditions, similar small electric mobility solutions are being modeled on the same principles: compact size, low cost, and smart connectivity. The smart rickshaw may one day become a global category. Much as the word taxi transcended its original origins, the challenges that remain are real. Standardizing charging infrastructure across regions will require coordination. Ensuring battery disposal and recycling systems are in place is essential to prevent new environmental hazards. Financing mechanisms must be accessible so that drivers in low-income brackets can make the transition without falling into debt. But these are surmountable hurdles. Given the momentum already in motion, the timeline for petrol rickshaws' full phase-out varies from city to city. In some, the change may be complete within 5 years. In others, it could take over a decade. What is clear is that the process is irreversible. Each new fleet of smart rickshaws not only displaces petrol vehicles, it also shifts public expectations, making noise and fumes feel increasingly unacceptable. And so, as we stand at this juncture, we witness a quiet but profound reordering of urban life. The rickshaw, long a symbol of persistence in the face of chaos, is now a vehicle for a cleaner, smarter future. It carries not just passengers, but the promise of cities that breathe easier, move faster, and think ahead. So here we are, the journey that began with squeaky wheels and smoky engines has now arrived at a future where the rickshaw is smart. We have seen the technology, the design, the efficiency gains, and the social transformation. No petrol stations, no tailpipe smoke, no stress over rising fuel prices. Just plug in, power up, and glide away. This isn't merely a transport upgrade. It's a redefinition of mobility for millions. From the narrowest lanes of ancient neighborhoods to the arterial roads of megacities, smart rickshaws are proving that innovation doesn't have to erase tradition, it can enhance it. Yes, challenges lie ahead. Charging networks will expand. Costs will adjust. Cities will learn to integrate this new mode into their broader transport grids. But the trajectory is set. The smart rickshaw has taken its seat in the future of mobility, and it's not giving it up. Next time you see one glide silently past, remember, you are watching history in motion. A story of transformation where petrol bows out and intelligence, efficiency, and sustainability take the wheel. This has been Revology. The future isn't something we wait for, it's something we ride into. Like, subscribe, and share your thoughts on the next big leap in mobility. Until next time, keep your wheels turning and your mind open, because the revolution is never parked.